Have you ever wondered about an animal that carries its baby in a built-in backpack? Imagine a world where mothers have a special, cozy pouch designed by nature to keep their young safe and sound. This isn't a fairy tale, it's the incredible reality for a group of mammals called marsupials. These animals are some of the most fascinating creatures on our planet, with a life story that begins in a way you might not expect. From the giant red kangaroos bounding across the Australian outback to the tiny honey possums sipping nectar from flowers, marsupials show us that there's more than one way to be a successful mammal. They are a testament to nature's creativity and resilience, a living example of evolution taking a different but equally amazing path. When most people think of marsupials, their minds probably jump straight to Australia, and for good reason. The land down under is the undisputed kingdom of these pouched wonders. It's home to iconic animals like the cuddly-looking koala, the powerful Tasmanian devil, and the ever-smiling quokka. But the story of marsupials doesn't just belong to one continent. These remarkable animals have also found a home in the Americas. From the forests of North America, where the Virginia opossum cleverly plays dead, to the jungles of South America, where a variety of other possum species thrive. Their journey across the globe is a tale of survival, adaptation, and finding their own special place in the world. So what truly makes a marsupial a marsupial? It's all about that pouch and their unique way of raising their young. Unlike placental mammals like us, dogs or whales whose babies develop for a long time inside the mother, marsupials give birth to incredibly tiny, underdeveloped babies. These little joeys, as they are called, are often no bigger than a jelly bean. Their first big adventure in life is a perilous crawl from the birth canal into the safety and warmth of their mother's pouch. This special pocket is more than just a carrying case. It's a nursery, a milk bar, and a protective shield all rolled into one, where the joey will continue to grow and develop for weeks or even months. This incredible strategy for raising young is what sets marsupials apart and makes them so captivating to study. It's a method that has been perfected over millions of years, allowing them to thrive in some of the toughest environments on Earth. In this journey, we're going to dive deep into their world. We will explore their amazing biology, meet the diverse members of their family tree, and understand the vital roles they play in their ecosystems. We will also look at the serious challenges they face today, and what we can all do to help protect these pocketed marvels. Get ready to be amazed by the resilience, diversity, and sheer wonder of marsupials, nature's true pouch pioneers. The journey of a marsupial begins in a way that seems almost impossible. It's a story of incredible determination from the very first moment of life. Instead of a long pregnancy where the baby grows to a large size inside the mother, marsupial mothers have a very short gestation period. A red kangaroo, for example, is pregnant for only about 33 days. At the end of this time, she gives birth to a baby that is shockingly small and undeveloped. This newborn joey is blind, deaf, hairless, and often smaller than your thumb. It looks more like a tiny pink embryo than a fully formed animal, but it is equipped with one crucial skill, the instinct and strength to climb. This first journey is the most important one the joey will ever make. Using its surprisingly strong front limbs, which are more developed than the rest of its body, the tiny baby embarks on a great expedition. It must crawl, unassisted, through its mother's fur all the way to the opening of her pouch. The mother often helps by licking a path in her fur, but the journey is up to the joey alone. It is a true test of survival of the fittest from the second of birth. Once it reaches the pouch, it latches onto one of the teats inside. The teat then swells in the joey's mouth, securing it firmly in place for the next stage of its development, ensuring a constant supply of milk. Inside the pouch, or marsupium, the real magic of development happens. This warm, safe, and protected environment acts as an external womb. Here, the joey can complete its growth in peace. The mother's milk is a superfood that changes in composition as the joey gets older, perfectly matching its nutritional needs at every stage. For the first few weeks or months, the joey remains permanently attached to the teat, growing bigger and stronger every day. It slowly develops its fur, its eyes and ears open, and its tiny limbs grow into the powerful legs or climbing arms it will need as an adult. The pouch is the ultimate nursery, providing everything the baby needs. As the joey grows, it begins to explore its world from the safety of the pouch. It will start to poke its head out, taking its first look at the environment around it. Eventually, it will become brave enough to take its first wobbly steps outside, but it will always stay close to its mother. At the first sign of danger or when it gets tired, it will dive headfirst back into the pouch for safety and comfort. This period of in and out living can last for many more months. This incredible reproductive strategy, with its tiny newborn and external pouch development, is the defining feature of marsupials and a brilliant solution to the challenges of survival in their world. When we talk about marsupials, it's easy to picture just kangaroos and koalas, but this family of animals is incredibly diverse, with over 330 different species spread across a few key regions of the world. Australia is the heartland of marsupial life, a continent where they have evolved to fill almost every ecological niche imaginable. Here you will find the mighty red kangaroo, the largest marsupial on the planet, capable of leaping huge distances across the arid plains. In the forests, you'll find the gentle koala, a specialist who survives solely on a diet of tough eucalyptus leaves. And let's not forget the wombat, a powerful burrowing bulldozer with a backward-facing pouch to keep dirt out while digging. The variety in Australia alone is staggering. There are tree kangaroos that have adapted to a life high in the rainforest canopy, moving gracefully through the branches. There are tiny, mouse-like dunnerts scurrying through the undergrowth, and fierce predators like the Tasmanian devil with a bone-crushing bite. You can even find the quokka, a small wallaby from Western Australia famous for its seemingly cheerful expression, earning it the title of the world's happiest animal. Each of these species showcases a different evolutionary path, a unique set of skills, and a special place in the Australian environment, from the driest deserts to the wettest tropical forests. But the marsupial story extends beyond Australia and its neighboring island of New Guinea, which is also a hotspot of marsupial diversity. Across the Pacific Ocean, the Americas are home to their own collection of these pouched mammals. The most famous American marsupial is the Virginia opossum, the only one found in North America. This animal is a true survivalist, known for its incredible ability to eat almost anything and its famous defense mechanism of playing possum, where it feigns death to trick predators. It has successfully adapted to living alongside humans in suburbs and cities, a testament to its resilience. South America, however, is where the American marsupial story truly shines with even greater variety. It is believed to be the continent where marsupials first evolved. Today, it's home to over 100 species, most of which are different types of opossums. These range from the water opossum, or yapak, the only truly aquatic marsupial with webbed feet and a waterproof pouch, to the tiny shrew-like Monito del Monte, a little mountain monkey that lives in the Andes and is considered a living fossil. This incredible global distribution shows that the marsupial way of life has been a resounding success, allowing them to conquer a wide range of habitats on multiple continents. Marsupials are masters of adaptation, having evolved an incredible array of physical features and behaviors that allow them to thrive in their specific environments. One of the most famous adaptations belongs to the kangaroo, its powerful hind legs and long, muscular tail. These aren't just for show, they are a highly efficient mode of transportation called saltation, or hopping. This method of movement allows kangaroos to cover vast distances in the Australian outback in search of food and water while using very little energy. Their tail acts as a third leg for balance when moving slowly and as a powerful rudder when hopping at high speed, making them perfectly suited for life on the open plains. Koalas, on the other hand, show us a completely different set of adaptations for a life spent in the trees. Their diet consists almost exclusively of eucalyptus leaves, which are low in nutrients and highly toxic to most other animals. To handle this, koalas have a specialized digestive system with a very long cecum, a part of the intestine filled with special bacteria that can break down the tough fibers and detoxify the poisons in the leaves. They also have sharp claws for gripping bark and two opposable thumbs on each front paw, giving them an extra strong grip for climbing. Their sedentary lifestyle, often sleeping up to 20 hours a day, is a clever adaptation to conserve energy from their low-calorie diet. Another fascinating example of adaptation can be seen in the wombat. These stocky, powerful animals are expert diggers, creating extensive burrow systems to live in. To aid their subterranean lifestyle, their pouch faces backward. This is a brilliant evolutionary design that prevents soil from getting into the pouch and covering their young while they are busy excavating their homes. Wombats also have a very tough, cartilaginous plate on their backside. When threatened, they can dive into their burrow and block the entrance with their rump, protecting themselves from predators like dingoes who can't get past this tough shield. Even the smallest marsupials have incredible survival tricks. The honey possum of southwestern Australia is a tiny creature that has co-evolved with the region's flowering plants. It has a long, pointed snout and a brush-tipped tongue, perfectly designed for probing deep into flowers to drink nectar and eat pollen, much like a hummingbird. This makes it a vital pollinator for many native plants. These examples, from the hopping giant to the nectar-sipping specialist, demonstrate the remarkable ways marsupials have fine-tuned their bodies and behaviors to conquer their environments, showcasing the beautiful and diverse outcomes of evolution. Marsupials are far more than just fascinating animals to observe. They are crucial components of their ecosystems, playing vital roles that help maintain the health and balance of their natural habitats. Many marsupials act as ecosystem engineers, actively shaping the environment around them. The burrowing batong, also known as a rat kangaroo, is a perfect example. As these small marsupials dig for fungi and tubers to eat, they turn over large amounts of soil. This digging action helps to improve water infiltration, mix nutrients into the soil, and create microhabitats where seeds can germinate, effectively helping to regenerate the landscape. One single batong can move several tons of soil in a year. Another critical role many marsupials play is that of seed dispersers and pollinators. When fruit-eating marsupials like possums and some types of wallabies eat fruits, they travel to new locations before depositing the seeds in their droppings. This helps plants spread across the landscape, ensuring genetic diversity and helping forests to recover and grow. As we saw with the honey possum, some species are specialized pollinators. By moving from flower to feed on nectar, they transfer pollen, enabling the plants to reproduce. Without these marsupial helpers, many native plant species would struggle to survive, which would have a ripple effect on the entire ecosystem. Marsupials also play an important part in the food web, both as herbivores and as predators. Grazing marsupials like kangaroos and wallabies help to manage vegetation, preventing certain grasses from becoming too dominant and allowing a variety of other plants to grow. This grazing creates a mosaic of different habitats that can support a wider range of smaller animals and insects. On the other end of the spectrum, carnivorous marsupials like the Tasmanian devil and the quoll act as nature's cleanup crew. They are scavengers that eat carcasses, which helps to prevent the spread of disease and keep the environment clean and healthy. By performing these essential jobs, marsupials contribute to the overall resilience and stability of their ecosystems. The health of a forest or a grassland can often be measured by the health of its marsupial populations. When marsupials disappear from an area, their absence is deeply felt. The soil may become more compacted, plant diversity may decline, and the food web can be thrown out of balance. This is why protecting marsupials is not just about saving individual species, it's about preserving the intricate web of life that they support and maintaining the beautiful, functional ecosystems they call home. Despite their incredible adaptability, many marsupial species are facing a battle for survival in the modern world. One of the most significant threats they face is habitat loss and fragmentation. As human populations expand, forests are cleared for agriculture, urban development and mining. This not only destroys the homes of countless marsupials, but also cuts large habitats into smaller, isolated patches. This makes it difficult for animals to find food, locate mates, and escape from dangers like bushfires. For tree-dwelling specialists like the koala or the greater glider, losing their specific types of trees means losing their entire world. Another major challenge comes from invasive species that were introduced by humans. In Australia, predators like the European red fox and the feral cat have had a devastating impact on native marsupials. Many smaller marsupials like bilbies and bandicoots did not evolve alongside these efficient hunters and have no effective defense against them. These introduced predators are a leading cause of extinction and decline for dozens of marsupial species. Invasive herbivores like rabbits also cause problems by competing with native marsupials for food and degrading the land, making it harder for native plants to grow. Climate change is adding another layer of pressure on these already vulnerable animals. Rising temperatures and more extreme weather events, such as prolonged droughts and more intense bushfires, are transforming their habitats. The catastrophic Australian bushfires of 2019 to 2020, for instance, killed or displaced an estimated 3 billion animals, with marsupials being among the hardest hit. Koalas suffered immensely, as vast areas of their eucalyptus forests were incinerated. For species that live in specific climate zones, like the mountain pygmy possum which depends on alpine environments, a warming world threatens to erase their entire habitat. Finally, diseases are posing a serious threat to several key marsupial populations. The Tasmanian devil is on the brink of extinction due to a contagious cancer called devil facial tumor disease, which is spread through biting. This aggressive disease has wiped out more than 80% of the devil population since it was first discovered in the 1990s. Koalas are also battling diseases like chlamydia, which can cause blindness, infertility, and death. These combined threats, habitat loss, invasive species, climate change, and disease, create a perfect storm that is pushing many of our unique pouched wonders toward a very uncertain future. Even with the many dangers they face, there is a powerful movement of people dedicated to protecting marsupials and ensuring they have a future. Conservation efforts are underway across the globe, combining science, passion, and hard work to turn the tide. One of the most important strategies is the establishment and management of protected areas like national parks and private nature reserves. These places provide safe havens where habitats are preserved and threats are minimized. By protecting large, connected landscapes, we can give marsupial populations the space they need to live, breed, and thrive away from the pressures of human development. Captive breeding programs have become a critical tool for saving species on the very edge of extinction. Zoos and conservation centers around the world are working to breed endangered marsupials, like the Tasmanian devil and the mountain pygmy possum. These programs help to maintain a healthy and genetically diverse insurance population that is safe from threats in the wild. The ultimate goal of these programs is to reintroduce animals back into protected, predator-free habitats. The successful reintroduction of the greater bilby into fenced enclosures free from cats and foxes is a wonderful example of how these efforts can bring a species back to areas where it had vanished. A lot of work is also being done to control the impact of invasive species, which is a key part of the puzzle. This involves large-scale programs to manage feral cat and fox populations in areas with vulnerable marsupials. Conservation groups are also creating large, fenced-off sanctuaries that act as arks, protecting some of Australia's most threatened species from these introduced predators. These safe zones have been incredibly successful in allowing populations of animals like the bridled nail-tail wallaby and the burrowing batong to recover. It's a massive undertaking, but it's essential for giving native wildlife a fighting chance. Community involvement and scientific research are also lighting the way forward. Citizen science projects encourage everyday people to help monitor local koala populations or report sightings of rare species. Meanwhile, scientists are constantly working to better understand marsupial biology, behavior, and the diseases that affect them. Research into a vaccine for devil facial tumor disease and better treatments for koala chlamydia are providing real hope. These stories of success and dedication show that when we work together, we can make a real difference. The fight is far from over, but these efforts prove that there is hope on the horizon for our amazing marsupial friends. Marsupials hold a special place in the hearts and cultures of people, especially in Australia, where they are deeply woven into the national identity. For Aboriginal Australians, the first peoples of the continent, marsupials have been a central part of life, spirituality, and culture for over 60,000 years. These animals are not just sources of food and materials, they are revered figures in ancient stories, songs, and ceremonies. The kangaroo, for example, is a powerful creator spirit in many dreaming stories which explain how the land, animals, and people came to be. These stories carry deep knowledge about the animals' behaviors, their habitats, and the respectful relationship humans should have with them. The connection is so profound that many marsupials are totems for different Aboriginal clans, representing a spiritual bond between the people and the animal. Rock art sites across Australia, some tens of thousands of years old, are filled with stunning depictions of kangaroos, wallabies, and thylacines, the extinct Tasmanian tiger. This ancient art serves as a historical record and a testament to the enduring cultural significance of these animals. For indigenous communities, the health of the marsupial populations is directly linked to the health of their own culture and their connection to country, the land to which they belong. Beyond indigenous culture, marsupials have become powerful symbols for all Australians and are recognized worldwide as icons of the continent. The kangaroo and the emu are featured on the Australian coat of arms, chosen because they are animals that rarely move backward, symbolizing a nation that is always moving forward. The koala is an international ambassador for Australian wildlife, adored for its unique appearance, while the wallaby is the namesake for the national rugby union team. These animals are featured on currency, stamps, and in the logos of countless Australian companies, representing the unique natural heritage of the nation. This cultural importance brings with it a great responsibility. When a species like the koala becomes endangered, it's not just an ecological loss, it's a cultural one as well. The emotional connection people have with these animals can be a powerful force for conservation. It inspires people to donate to wildlife hospitals, volunteer for habitat restoration projects, and advocate for stronger environmental protections. The love for these unique creatures transcends borders, reminding us that they are a shared global treasure. Protecting marsupials is about preserving biodiversity, but it is also about honoring a deep cultural and emotional heritage that enriches us all. We have journeyed through the incredible world of marsupials, from their unique beginnings as jelly bean-sized newborns to their amazing diversity across continents. We have seen how kangaroos have mastered life on the plains, how koalas have conquered a toxic diet, and how wombats engineer their own safe homes beneath the earth. These animals are more than just biological oddities. They are triumphs of evolution, each with a special role to play in keeping our planet's ecosystems healthy and vibrant. They are living proof of nature's endless creativity and a reminder that there are many different ways to thrive on this earth. Their story is a precious part of our world's natural heritage. The future of these remarkable creatures, however, is in our hands. As we have seen, the threats they face are serious and urgent. Habitat destruction, invasive predators, a changing climate, and devastating diseases are pushing many species closer to the edge. We are at a critical moment in time where our actions or our inaction will determine their fate. The thought of a world without the smiling quokka, the fierce Tasmanian devil, or the gentle koala is a heartbreaking one. Losing them would be like tearing pages out of the story of life itself, leaving a void that could never be filled. But this is not a story that has to end in tragedy. We have the power to write a different, more hopeful chapter. We can all contribute to their survival, no matter where we live. Supporting conservation organizations that work on the front lines to protect habitats, run breeding programs, and manage threats is a great place to start. We can make conscious choices as consumers, supporting businesses that are committed to sustainability and don't contribute to deforestation. We can also use our voices to encourage governments to enact stronger environmental laws that protect wild spaces and the animals that depend on them. Let the wonder of the marsupial's pouch inspire us. Let it be a symbol of the care, protection, and commitment we owe to the natural world. These extraordinary animals have survived for millions of years, adapting and evolving in remarkable ways. Now, they need our help to navigate the challenges of the modern world. Let's work together to ensure that future generations can also marvel at a joey peeking out from its mother's pouch, and that the wild landscapes of our planet continue to echo with the bound of the kangaroo. The time to act is now. Let's be the generation that secures a safe future for nature's pouch wonders.